Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Russian cast, and today we are having a look at a game played on the Korean server by Zeus in the top lane. Worth it. That is his ID currently, and he is running. And I want to pause for this real quick. He's running First Strike, Magical Footwear, Futures Market, Cosmic Insight, Second, Wind, Overgrowth, 2 times Adaptive Force, and 1 time Armor. And he's going to be facing off against a Gangplank who has Grasp of the Undying. So this is going to be very interesting. Obviously, the second Wind is going to be quite useful versus something like Gangplank, right? But I am not 100% sure how this is going to work out. Top lane, probably my weakest lane. Fortunately, Max Waldo, the ex-head coach of C9, has decided to head on over and start content creation. And so, you know, there's a good chance that I have a top lane coach to catch me up on that isn't Nice. Watch his replays that are available on YouTube and learn from that. Alright, so jungler is starting in the top side, so we are going to help him. Enemy jungler is Lee Sin. And since we don't see the bot lane be free right now, there is a good chance that Lee Sin is starting bot side, which means that as Aatrox, we have to keep in mind that, you know, 3 minutes to 5 minutes, there is going to be jungle presence on the top side of the map. Something to be careful, well, more careful around. And so that is exactly the window that we have to kind of work with. Alright, so we have Barrel. He does hit the Q. Okay. So, he has missed minions, hasn't taken damage. Gotta be careful. Alright, good spacing. So, this is really good because obviously he doesn't want to get hit by the Gangplank passive early on, right? And he made Gangplank use it on a low life minion and still managed to hit the auto onto him. Ooh, another first strike proc. Replacing a deep ward, this would be the time where Lee Sin could already show up, right? Depended on Lee Sin's decision making, he would. Alright, let's see. So now this is 3 minutes. This would be the point where he would have about cleared his red buff, right? Which means that now we got to be very, very careful. Yeah, he is on his red buff right now as Viego is fighting him. Zeus not moving there as his lane kind of locks him into it. Alright, and this is great for Viego, obviously. Good job. Oh, heavy trading here by Zeus. Ooh, this is interesting. Yeah, this is a very good trade by Zeus, actually. He realized. Ooh, beautifully last hits the barrel as well. And this is a level 4 trade. This is some kind of Aatrox mastery. Ridiculous. Oh my god, and they take down LeBlanc as well. Oh my god, that is amazingly played. Dude, that trade early on, under the turret, where he took, what? He took 3 turret shots, and he still made it worth it by trading GP still so low that he was able to dive him. And then when LeBlanc came to help out, they managed to dive her as well. That is amazing. Obviously, 3-0 here for Viego. So Viego is a little strong now, which is great. Alright, let's see. So, farm slightly in Aatrox's favor, given the fact that he would CS all those minions. Beautiful W, and he catches out GP. GP gets a decent trade on the back end. But still, this is pretty good. And I want to point out that Zeus didn't really take a lot of minion aggro here. Well, now he is taking loads of minion aggro though. So he gotta be... Yeah, he's gotta be very, very careful with that. Trading inside of the wave like that. I think this is one of these things that as a newer player, you wouldn't make that mistake. But actually, as someone who is more advanced, you try to, obviously, again, push the limits of that. Ooh, and this is going to be a flash by the GP. Ooh, we're taking tower aggro. Yeah, that isn't optimal. Alright. So. Little farm advantage. Bigger CS lead here. Bigger XP lead than CS lead. Generally not the biggest of gold leads here, as obviously Viego did get all of the kills. But, you know, first strike is also available. I wish people would open this one up as well. Because then you would know how much first strike gold was collected so far. That would be really interesting, right? Because there are some of these things that are actually really difficult to study if you can't play the matchup yourself with, for example, me, right? I'm mechanically not capable to play certain champions. And so if I want to study, if I want to understand them, if I want to understand runes on them and stuff, I want to look at the replays, right? But I really can't, because in the end, there isn't like a breakdown that breaks down, oh, this is the amount of damage that Conqueror did. This is the amount of damage that Electrocute did. You know what I mean? Alright, so top lane hasn't seen any visits from Lee Sin, by the way. Obviously, Lee Sin being intercepted at the red buff and killed there. And now Viego is kind of running the map. Alright, so that was a good play, right? He is guarding the barrels with his first Q, for example. And playing around that. Ooh, good dodge. Does not get caught by the barrel. 69 gold in the pocket. Alright, well, let's see. So, we are slow building a wave here. Which means that if Viego would identify this, right? If Viego was to look top lane and was a pro player, he would probably decide to be like, okay, you know what? I think this Aatrox wants to dive. I think this is diveable as well. Let's see. Let's figure that out, right? Not happening right now. But obviously, this is the thing, right? Is a bigger wave gives a bigger opportunity. Wave is a little bit mismanaged here though, as it is crashing in this awkward kind of fashion. But Viego might make his way top lane here, so what we're going to do is we're just heavily trading here as Aatrox. Yeah. See, and on the wave, Viego still makes it. And GP is taken down. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly how it goes. You build up those 3 waves and prepare them, you know, for a dive. You do that once your jungler comes. And if you're able to heavily trade and you're already winning the lane, this is exactly how it goes, right? Ooh, instant ultimate. Beautiful Q. Will he be able to live? Lee Sin kick. Now you gotta be very careful with the Q. Lee Sin Q flashes and Aatrox dodges it. Beautiful play by Zeus. And that would have been unlucky had he died to that. Ooh, and now we have the Eclipse here. Interesting, okay. So Zeus with the Eclipse Aatrox being the first person in the game to pick up a full mythic item. That's just because Viego hasn't recalled yet, I would surmise, but still. Pretty good. Oh, Viego, you cheeky little bugger. Alright, so we elect to push the wave here. Question is why? Because it's fast pushing, right? He's not slowly pushing the wave in. Which means he isn't really planning to dive. Because you can't really dive that well. I think this is a mismanaged wave. But maybe I'm wrong. Alright, so. Gonna be warding and... yeah, just Q trades. Oh my god, that was so much damage. Alright, well, just takes down the GP like that. If that is all it takes, that is pretty ridiculous. Alright, let's see. So we're going to get one more plate, probably, and then walk forward and farm the minions behind the tower. I think that would be the optimal... nope. Okay. Half HP. I mean, he still wins, right? He's level 9. He has his items. Yeah, not if he gets poked out too much. Okay, Aatrox. Aatrox just casually screaming. EW. Ah, the Q came a little bit too late. If the Q was a little bit earlier, it would have pulled him back. Allowing for the second to hit as well, but not here. And his Qs do ridiculous damage. So his Q now crits for 300 damage, which is pretty good. Alright, so very aggressive positioning here out of him. Ooh, beautiful punish. And that is going to be an Ash Arrow taking down the... I don't know if this is going to work out. But good trading. You gotta be very careful here though. As there is a turret, believe it or not. That is still alive. Ooh, LeBlanc is here. Oh! He just predicted the Lee Sin Q and dodged it. You are joking me. Look at this. Dude, Zeus is just ridiculous, isn't he? Oh my god, I'm so happy I casted this game. Oh my god, dude. Oh, I wish, dude. Some point in my life, I want to dodge one ability like this. Goodness me. Yeah, and then he goes around and just gets himself... Ooh, gets himself killed actually. Yeah, no way to get out. Damn, dude, what went wrong there? I think he missed one of his Qs. But yeah, that's a rough situation, obviously. You know, if you're out of ability cooldowns, that's rough. Okay, so we're taking a... What? This is a cloth armor and a... serrated dirk. Doesn't make so much sense. Viego, by the way, now ahead in items is going to complete his Blade of the Rune King in basically this camp probably. It's going to need 525 gold to build that together. So, you know, that would be what, 3 camps? 2 camps. Alright, so Viego moving into the mid lane. Crossing over into the enemy jungle here. Supposedly, right? Yeah. Alright, so for us, this means that... yeah, Lee Sin is called out. And so we know exactly we can play as aggressive as we want. Or just take his jungle camps if no one shows up here. I find it interesting that he elects to do this before shoving in the wave fully. But okay, he's gonna take the Grom. Yeah, move in and take the wave. Doesn't really care about the wave hitting him. He does have good, decent amount of Omnivamp, and you know, once he gets his passive up, he's gonna heal pretty well again. Yep. Alright. Everyone, like, whenever you see a GP, you always have to expect a double or triple barrel combo out of the bush, because it's so incredibly easy. Alright, we gotta be careful here, as Lee Sin is spotted out on a ward. Lee Sin now moving in. Aatrox actually moving into the Lee Sin here. Yeah, okay, we're looking to scam the... This is a spicy one. Alright, he will take down the GP. And Lee Sin is very mobile. It's very difficult for an Aatrox to kill a Lee Sin inside of a wave because he's so mobile. Yeah, and there you go. This is where you die. The W don't help you now, son. So he's not doing super hot. Alright, let's see what he picks up here. I would assume it's a full item. Otherwise, if it was components, he would have already made that decision, I suppose. So he's probably just waiting for a little bit of gold. A decent amount of cooldown reduction. Definitely. Alright, and we're getting the Coalfield's Warhammer here, which is going to be very, very interesting. I wonder what his item completion is. It's probably going to be a Yomu's. Yomu's is pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Yomu's. Dude, Aatrox with Eclipse and Yomu's. I mean, the Eclipse is something that I've seen before, but the Yomu's I find a little bit interesting. Alright. Yuumi happened. Heal happened. Sivarold happened. He's still doing good. Yeah, pops the ultimate now. And that is going to be Sivir Flash happened as well. They thought they were safe, by the way. Okay, this is going to be a dicier situation, but ooh, big damage available for these two. Way behind the turrets, fighting the enemy team and winning. Alright, beautiful job. One really cool thing about Aatrox is that he can dirty farm pretty well, or he can clear the enemy junglers camps very well as well, because what Aatrox does is Aatrox gets, if he hits his sweet spot on the big minions, he actually gets his passive reset, which means he can heal every couple of auto attacks, which is pretty good. Gives him a decent amount of sustain and more than he would get, you know, from farming minions. In a way. This is also why Aatrox jungle is a thing. Obviously not very popular, but there are these players that play it. Alright, this ultimate makes me question, yeah, if there isn't backup coming, and backup coming indeed. Oh yeah, Aatrox will be going down. Talk about going down. Syndra does so as well. Alright, a little bit of a hit taken here by the blue team. But obviously Viego's still quite strong. And so as long as Viego is strong enough to reliably get his resets, then, you know, the value is kind of too ridiculous. And you know that Zeus is always going to perform. Whether ahead or behind don't really matter. But I still like this. I find this very interesting. Hanyo Hanya. Ah, beautiful. Alright, so Zeri, by the way, is also doing pretty well for herself, right? She's picked herself up the second item. So she is like, you know, decently in this game, which is pretty good. That is a very reliable champion once it gets strong. Oh, and yeah, what are we doing here? We are moving in behind the wave to catch something like the GP, right? And to be like, okay, so where are you going? You can just go, yeah. Yeah, where you running, boy? Alright, as he runs him down, Zonya, Yomu's in hand. Alright, well, and that is a dead GP. Yeah, this is something that works a lot of the time, right? Is you just path next to the wave and then get behind the wave. This is something that I do a lot as well. It's very simple to do. You know, you don't need a big brain to do it. But people need a much bigger brain to counter the play than, you know, you need to make it, which is my preferred way of playing anything in League. Because, you know, I don't want to say it. I think you understand already. Alright, so gonna pick up the farm here. Aatrox not crazy at pushing towers, so I mean he's gonna work it down, but it is not. You can also see, by the way, how good his auto tech cancels are with his E. You just see how smooth they are, you know? And obviously auto tech canceling is the process of, you know, you have an auto attack animation, but at a certain point in the animation, the damage gets registered with the enemy. And then you can cancel the rest of the animation to basically cut that auto attack. Yeah, that's the downside of the assassin Aatrox, is you just get popped by LeBlanc. LeBlanc just hit him with the QRWE combo, and he just went down. Alright. Ash Arrow not gonna hit. Magic Caster doing their best to defend this turret. We're going to get it defended with like 2 HP. So that's okay. I mean, the really big part of this is that obviously Sivir doesn't get the turret bounty here, and there's a good chance that someone else will pick it up eventually. Someone that's not Sivir. Ooh, as the teleport comes in, because there is fighting in the mid lane, and Aatrox is ready to... Ooh, spicy flash, but he will not find the Sivir. Will take her down eventually, though. And Yuumi, you cannot save yourself either. Double kill for Zeus, as his lane opponent is now working on the top tier 2 turret. But Syndra seems to be ready to work on that, counter that, go there and defend. As our protagonist is just sitting in the base with his team. Oh, gotta be careful with that LeBlanc. Alright, this time it worked out much better. Obviously LeBlanc, a lot of the time, it depends on what her cooldowns are and how she decides to play it as well, right? Because if she goes on you and she does a high damage comp, that means that she has to be confident that, you know, she will get out like that. Aye. Alright, decent pickup. Alright, Aatrox farm not too good. How did it happen? I mean, I guess he spent a lot of time fighting instead of yeah. And a lot of time dead. I also have to point that out, right? Oh, that's too bad. Beautiful Ash Arrow. Okay. Caught out the LeBlanc. Ooh, Aatrox, you are not that tank. Hello? The hell was that? I'm sorry, I don't know what that was. That was weird. But yeah, so Aatrox goes down. Very interesting though. Now he picks up the Hex Drinker obviously versus the LeBlanc as well. But this is a very interesting call with the Yomus and the... With the Yomus and the Clips. I like this. I've seen this before, but before... I've seen it on Aatrox jungle players. In this case, it is played in the top lane as well. Oh yeah, and on Aatrox mid it was played as well. Aatrox mid was played like this actually. Beautiful Ashe ult. Instantly converts into a kill. Obviously. Not. Alright. Ooh, 3 item spike for Syndra. Available as well. That's pretty good. Let's see. Gore Drinker for the Sin. If you just look at the... look at the item... Oh. Oh, okay, well, Zeri is, yeah, Zeri is in a better position. Now, not so much anymore. Okay, so if you just look at the items, like, you would think that this is actually not so over, right? But then the levels are... Yeah, the levels are much further... The team's much further ahead in levels. Ooh, actually 13k gold lead. Yeah, 13k gold lead here. But where's that? Yeah, I mean, I guess Viego has an entire item more. Yeah, Syndra has insane amounts of money more. Oh my god, no. And Zeus gets cancelled. Alright, well. And that would be a game well played by Zeus, I would say. But in classical Zeus fashion, he also died still a lot. Which is something that he tends to do. Is, yeah, these things. Exactly that. Alright, Ashe, run! Alright, just attack the Nexus, guys, please. Thank you. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome!